Hello and welcome back to Nat Scraps. I hope you're having a wonderful week. Today I have the most beautiful, cute little layout. That sounds a bit egotistical, doesn't it? But this one, it's got the word adore on it, and I do adore it. This collection is beautiful, and I just loved how simple and easy this layout was to create. This is Willow and Grace. It is a uniquely creative July collection, and look at these papers, people. If you missed the start of it because I was blubbing, go back and have another little look. The papers are soft and pretty and beautiful. They have a little bit of animal theme to them, but you can easily use them without animals. And today, guaranteed, you could put a different photo on this without an animal, still have everything except a little saying, something about dogs being perfect, magic in the world, and it would be really lovely to have like a photo of you and a special somebody or your kids or something like that. So very, very versatile. That was a bit of a flick through the 6x6 pad and the 12x12. Now, I had started cutting this one before I remembered to show you guys the papers. So there was a little bit already pre-done, but now we're going to get into creating. Now, if you're new to my videos, if you haven't seen my videos before, I pretty much sit down with no plan. I sometimes have a little bit of an idea in my head, or I might have a sketch that I'm going off or things like that. But what you see is me just creating, just trying to find what I like, what I don't like, and how my layout is going to look in the end. Sometimes it works, sometimes they don't. Sometimes you don't see the ones that don't work. And sometimes I do show you the things that don't work because I like to share the good and the bad, and there's been occasions where at the end I really wanted to just bin the project, but generally there's some redeeming features, or I can go back, it might be 2 days later or something like that, and have another go at it. I was really drawn to the frame that was on the page there that I had shown you. I can't just off the top of my head recall which paper that was called. And I'm thinking that is perfect for a photo. So I've cut out the little thing that they had in there. That will probably be used on a card or somewhere else. We'll find something to do with that. But I've cut that frame out, and then I'm going back in and I'm going to cut around these words that say extraordinary. Now, a little bit of a, what's the wording for it? Heads up, I don't use it. I don't use extraordinary, but it's there now and I'll use it somewhere else. I had a bit of a shuffle through the papers, and I really loved the flowers on this particular paper, but knew if I'm going to put a photo on that I'm going to cover it up somehow. But I like how that frame fit just about perfectly with some photos of flowers at the top, and flowers at the bottom. And so I am going to start building my layout around that. In a moment, we're going to cut out a little bit of me playing with my computer and printing photos and stuff. But you'll see my phone come in on the corner. So I hadn't even really decided what photo I was going to put on this layout until I got the inspiration for it. And eventually I go and I print off a photo of my husband with our puppy, Loki. Now, Loki is the most mischievous, crazy animal in the world. He eats remotes. There's a bit of a standing joke in our family that that if you leave him alone for like 2 seconds, he'll have eaten the remote. I've actually got to the stage now where I'm buying them in bulk from Amazon, because if at any chance you leave that remote and you leave the house for even 5 minutes, he will attack it if he can get to it. He also takes shoes and things like that. He has stopped eating the furniture, which is really good. But yeah, he's a bit of a character, that little puppy dog of ours. So here is the photo of Loki and my husband, Darren. Let's not forget how amazing he is. But that is the photo I chose to use for this layout. The saying there, where there is a dog, there's a a little more magic in the world is definitely how we feel in our household. I don't know that I could live without a dog. As much as Loki drives me crazy, and I quite often look at him and go, you know, you're just a disaster of a dog. We do love him, and things would definitely be boring without him around. So I've got that little hello there. This is a tub chair that's in my, just off my kitchen into sort of where there's a TV area. And my dog Loki has taken over this tub chair. Sometimes he'll share it with my husband. Sometimes he'll push my husband out of it so that he can sit in it. But he definitely thinks that was bought and put there for him. He loves to curl up in it. It's got some cushions and he pushes the cushions all to where he wants, and he really is a bit spoiled. The sheet that you see me take those flowers, fussy cut flowers, and the word adore from is the cut apart sheet, which is another fantastic feature that the Uniquely Creative have, is they have these extra cut apart sheets that you can get with your collection. Now this one happens to be on the back side of the 12 by 12 collection paper piece that tells you what the papers are. So there's an extra bit there. It's a little bit thinner, but you can actually buy it as a cardboard sheet as well if you prefer to have that little bit heavier paper to cut the pieces out of. And then now, because I'm blabbering so much, guys, I'm going through the Creative Cut collection there. So I'm looking for flowers and bits and pieces. But to be honest, I don't need a lot extra because the paper here does all the work for me. That beautiful paper, just with those gorgeous flowers, just does most of the work. So I only add, I think, a couple of little details. There's the little tag there. I think there's a little best day ever or something that I add in down there, maybe an extra flower, but I really don't add a lot from that Creative Cut kit. They go so far. There's 2 of each of the flowers or the little elements in there. They're great for workshops because you can split the kits in half and share them around if you create with them. But on this particular layout, honestly, I didn't need much. Best day, I just tucked in there down the side. And in a moment, I'm going to undo everything that I've just done because I'm going to put a piece of this sage colored cardstock behind. This is a old Creative Memories color. I am trying to use up my old Creative Memories stock because, hey, it's in my cupboard, and then I'm going to slowly replace it with other cardstock. So here I've just cut the guts out of it because even though I want to use it up, I don't want to waste it, and that will make great photo matting or pages somewhere along the line. So, and then I'm just cutting down this 12 by 12 to size, and we're going to mat that up. Have you guys got this collection? Let me know in the comments if you've got this collection, whether you get the subscription for Uniquely Creative. Uniquely Creative have a great subscription program. I get it for my customers in my little store, Nat Scraps. And each month you can get the collection, and it comes to you with all the bits and pieces to start creating. It's a fantastic way to get new stuff. It's a little bit reduced because you're paying for it each month in the subscription. My girls always can't wait until the 5th of the month when they can pick up their subscription kits and start creating. There I'm popping that frame on. I'm going to actually start sticking things down this time rather than just placing them in, which means we're getting somewhere closer to the end. And because this is fairly simple, there is a little bit of fussing with the embellishments that I'm putting, but not overly fussy with them. Here you can see I'm just taking out those centers of those letters, the white centers. I think they'll pop a little bit more on the page without those in. And then I will also go around and I'll blend around those just again to make them pop. I did do a little blending around the outside edge of the 12 by 12 page as well. And I will also do a little bit of that, those little word strips blend around. And all those just tiny little bits of blending help just to make things pop ever so much. And then these are just going straight down, so I'm not using any foam tape or anything like that on these. I'm just going to attach these with my tacky glue straight down onto the page. Now I did cut a lot of that out because I think you guys will get bored seeing me stick things down forever and ever. But if you want a longer version, let me know. I can always do that. And really at this stage, I'm popping those things back on. Now, as I said before, these are process videos, so I like to let you know kind of what I'm thinking as I'm doing them. And when I come to these words, there'll be a little moment where I kind of have to adjust where I'm going to put the little strips of wording. And there's a tiny little funny reason for that, because as I'm putting things on, I suddenly realized that beautiful little Loki there's little manhood is quite prominent, and I didn't notice it until I was putting the wording on, and I like it was nearly pointing to the manhood, and I was kind of like, there's a last minute kind of diversion. So you can see here I've got them in that line there. They're not sitting in the middle of the photo, and then I go, oh, I think I might cover the manhood because it's a little bit oopsie-doo, and we wouldn't want to shame him on YouTube and have the manhood all the way out there. So that is why my wording is quite far onto the photo. If you wanted to recreate this at home, then by all means, don't have it quite so far on. Here is one of the new dies for July, and it's this beautiful bunting, and it's so fine and detailed. It is so pretty. So I'm just bringing some detail in underneath that adore and having that so it kind of brings your eye into that photo and across the page. I go ahead and I like this, and I'm going to stick it down, which will mean that I'm going to have to fix it in a few minutes time when I realize that I didn't want it to go all the way off the page. So that will be another little oopsie-doo, and I'll be trying to figure out how to fix that, and we'll get to fixing that very soon. There's this cute little birdie, and he's just going to hold the other end of that bunting, and I bring in another little piece a little bit later just to put on the bottom, just to balance out from the top and the bottom. Here I'm adding those little word strips. I'll remember to go back and put a little bit of blending around those in a second and get them straight, because I don't think I got them anywhere near straight just then. Let's hope at least I go back and make it straight. Here we go. Yep. It's amazing what you see when you watch your video back as opposed to when you're actually creating. And sometimes I get and I'm editing a video and go, oh my golly gosh, that was so crooked, or that was really not the right thing to do. But you know, time and space. Adding that last one there, and that's going to just tuck under the frame a little bit, and I'm trying to get them as far out but still cover that little piece of manhood as much as I can. And that's where I was saying I'm going to put that little bit of bunting down the bottom there. This is, I just zoomed in a little bit so you have a little bit of a close-up, and here you'll see I decide I want to put that little flower there, so I actually cut that bunting a little bit shorter. I ripped the paper here, and we're going to try fix that. So my first attempt at fixing it is that I'm going to put a little bit of colour there. Oh, hang on, I think I'm going to attach the flower first. That makes sense. Let's attach the flower first. So I'm just going to blend it, and that kind of covered it. That I probably could have got away with, but chose not to. So then I'm going to go in with a little bit of like a mushroomy brown. That made it worse, which, you know, of course it was going to. So I'm going to bring in a blender because it's too dark, so I'm going to blend it. And then I'm like, that's made it a little bit worse. And then I'm thinking, and I'm going to resort to the old, let's tear it right there. But if I put a tear there, I have to put a tear on the other on another couple of pieces as well. So if you're ever wondering why people decide to put little tears in the side of their layouts, that might be one of the reasons. But apart from that, it does help to add to that shabby chic, and I think it worked well in the end. But there you go, there's my secret. It started off as a mistake, and that's how we fixed it. There's always ways to fix things. I'm always telling people it is only paper. If you got this far, guys, I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you like it. Please leave a comment. Let me know what you think of the papers, what you think of the layout. I would love to hear those things. If you do want to see more from me, then please hit the like, the subscribe button, things like that. But overall, I would love to hear from you. Drop me a note. Let me know what you're thinking and all that kind of jazz. Apart from that, I'm going to do a little close-up in a second, and you'll get to see just a little bit more of those littler details. Hang on, I haven't put the butterfly on up here. I'm getting ahead of myself a little. So we'll pop that butterfly on. I do like to put the tape, the foam tape on the wings and then glue their body down. Sorry that half of that is off the screen, and a little bit of blending around the outside edges of that butterfly. And now for just those close-ups. While I'm showing you those close-ups, thank you so much, guys, for watching. Thank you for tuning in and seeing what I've got to present for you today. It really does mean an absolute huge amount to me. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you on a future video. Take care. Bye.